Hi, I'm Colleen.
And I'm Caitlin. Welcome to our CrafterNoon adventures.
Good CrafterNoon, everyone, and welcome to the absolute basic sewing intro for people who've never sewn before. In this lesson today, we're going to learn a little bit about sewing machines and what they do. So the makerspace, as well as any place you go to purchase a sewing machine, is going to have a couple different types of machines. One is called a mechanical sewing machine, and it is the more basic model of sewing machines. It uses knobs to adjust the settings. There's also what we call computerized sewing machines. These machines have a little computer in them, and they usually have a lot more decorative stitches built into the machine. Either one is perfect for a starter or beginner. If you're just going to do simple projects or basic alterations, you may want to choose a mechanical machine. It's very basic and it's probably a little less expensive. If you want a machine that you can grow into, you might want to choose a computerized machine. It's going to start you out with real basic things, and then you can move into designing or creating things that have decorative stitches, maybe quilt making, that sort of thing. So really the choice is up to you, how much you want to spend and how much you're actually going to sew. So first things first, we're going to need to thread the machine and also wind a bobbin. The bobbin holds the thread that makes the loop that comes up from the bottom part of the machine. So this lid usually pops off and it's going to sit in there like that. So we need to put some thread on this. We're going to take our regular spool of thread, load it onto your machine so that it comes underneath, and we're going to put a thread cap on top so that it doesn't go flying. You'll follow the directions on your particular machine on how you thread it. There's usually arrows that tell you which way to go. So it's going to go through this tension spool, and then you're going to take your bobbin, your thread, put it up through this little tiny hole, pull it through, set it on the winding pin, and push it to the right. Some machines require you to pull out the hand wheel, others don't. This one you do need to pull it out. You're going to hold the thread while it starts winding, like so. After it gets wound a little bit, you can snip off the thread. When you're winding the bobbin, you want to have your speed, either press the speed or have it set at a certain speed, and it will continue to wind. The tension thread winds the bobbin evenly. You see it's going up and down. So you can fill your bobbin however full you want it. Most people fill it all the way because you don't want to have to keep starting and stopping to fill the bobbin. They do automatically stop on their own. The machine is smart enough to know when the bobbin is full, so it will automatically stop. So you're going to put your hand wheel, push it in, release the bobbin winding peg, and snip off your thread. To thread the bobbin, you want to hold your bobbin so that when the thread comes off, it looks like a P, like so. It sets into the bobbin case, and there will be a little notch that you want to hook your thread into. You'll drag it across, pull it diagonal across the bobbin case, and put the little lid back on. to thread the top portion of the machine. All machines are going to have arrows that direct you which way the thread flows. So in this particular machine, we're going to go under this little clip, down, up. It's going to hook through this thread lift up lever, down. There's one last guide here above the needle that it's going to go through. And then you need to thread the needle. Newer machines typically have a thread assist system where there's a lever that comes down in between these two little pegs there. There's a little tiny hook that, when positioned correctly, goes right through the eye of the needle and pulls the thread through the needle for you. Have to make sure that your needle is in the highest position, and like so. That's probably the trickiest thing to get the hang of if you're a new sewer. If you can't handle that part, you can always do it the old-fashioned way and thread it by hand. So now you need to pull the bobbin thread up to the top. So you're going to hold your needle thread, turn the hand wheel towards you, and it's going to catch the bobbin thread, and you're going to pull up a loop. And now you have both threads ready to sew. The two threads actually in this bobbin case area intertwine with each other to create the stitch. So the basics of starting to sew are quite simple. You're going to need some fabric, and we're going to use this to give you an example. This is the presser foot. Right now it is in the up position. When you start to sew, it needs to be down. If it is not down, the presser foot won't be there to hold the fabric still, and you're going to get this big bubbly stitchy mess. You don't want to do that. And you'll know right away if you forgot to put the presser foot down. So to start a new seam, you're going to want to hold the two threads down, the bobbin thread and the needle thread. If you don't hold these down, 8 times out of 10, your needle is going to come unthreaded, and then you're going to have to do that process all over again, and really, who wants to thread the needle again? So you're going to hold down your 2 needle threads for a couple stitches, and you're going to slowly press on the pressure foot and go a few stitches. In order to make this stitch so it doesn't unravel, you're going to want to do what I call tying a knot. You're going to go ahead a couple stitches, you're going to find your reverse button, push it down, and stitch back a few stitches. And then you're going to go forward again, all the way to the end of your fabric, and you're going to want to tie another knot at the end. So you'll go forward a few stitches, you'll press on your reverse button a few stitches, you'll release it, you will stitch off the fabric, and most machines have a thread cutter on them to cut your thread. So you have made your first stitches.
We hope you enjoyed today's craft. Most projects we demonstrate can be made in under an hour and require a few basic tools or supplies.
Have questions or suggestions for future videos? Use the comment section below and we'll add it to our list. Thanks for watching, and remember the Makerspace mantra:
The only limit is your imagination.